What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another brand new video. Today I thought it'd be a good idea to do a Pokemon starter tier list, because why not? I can't think of any other videos to do. I want to just start getting videos out there, even if it's, shitty, unedited. I just want to get some videos out there. So this is what we're doing today. I thought it'd be a good idea because I've played a lot of Pokemon throughout my childhood, and even now I still play a lot of Pokemon. So we're just going to get right into it. And I think Bulbasaur, in my personal opinion, is a good starter. He's going to land in the A tier for me because I like his evolution line. I've always liked him. I've enjoyed using him as a starter Pokemon in my Fire Red playthroughs, and I might have used him in X and Y, but I like his evolution line. He's good against Brock, which is the first gym leader in Fire Red and, Red and Blue. He's pretty good. Charmander, I don't know if this is a hot take to not put him in S tier, but I don't think he's going to be an S tier for me. He's going to land in the A tier just because I've never had that strong of an attachment to Charmander. I like his evolution line. Again, if you can evolve him before you fight this Brock, then he's good against the first gym leader because he gets double kick. But he struggles against the first two gyms just because fire doesn't do good against rock or water. So in terms of the game, he's not the best, but Charizard, I might have used him in X and Y, I might have used him in other games, but I think overall Charmander is a good starter, but he's not my favorite by far. And I think Squirtle is also going to land in the A tier. I don't think any of the Kanto starters are going to be S tier for me. I just don't have that connection to any of them like I do some other starters in here. Squirtle, he's good against Brock. His evolution line is good. I mean, there's nothing bad you can say about the Kanto starters, really. All of them are good. Now, Pikachu, though, I'm going to put B tier because he's really fun, but it's like you have to catch another Pokemon to be able to beat Brock. From my experience of playing Yellow, beating Brock was hard with Pikachu. It was hard. It was a difficult thing to do. Now, I don't know what game you start with Espeon in, and I have not played that game. If it's big and massive, maybe it's one of the games on the PlayStation, or the GameCube, I mean, not the PlayStation, but I did not start with Espeon, so we're just going to move him down here. I have not played with Espeon at all. Now, Froakie. I think it's his name, Froakie. Fruki? Something like that. From X and Y, I believe he's from X and Y. He's not... I'm going to put him C tier, and that's going to be like a quote-unquote hot take because he evolves into the Greninja, and Greninja was massive when X and Y was popular. But I don't care for him. He's not my favorite starter from X and Y. I didn't use him in either of my playthroughs. He's just not my guy, man. He's not my guy. Now, this is my guy, and that's Totodile. I will ride and die for Totodile no matter what. Feraligatr is probably my favorite Pokemon evolution line of all time. Definitely in my top 10 Pokemon of all time. Undebatably, just some great Pokemon. Piplup. Now, Piplup. I don't really know where to put Piplup. I'm going to put Piplup in a B tier because Empoleon is fun. He's just fun. He is not the best because his steel typing makes him just effective against fire, and then it's kind of like you can still die. But he is fun. He is fun to use. Now, Chikorita. D tier. Don't like Chikorita at all. Never found her enjoyable. Never found her fun to use in the games. Don't know where Umbreon is from as well. Maybe a GameCube game. Fennekin. I think it's Fennekin, or maybe it evolves into Fennekin. But Fennekin's gonna go in the B tier. I used Fennekin for my first X and Y playthrough. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I don't really remember those games too much. Score Bunny. Now, Score Bunny's gonna go in a C. No, really, I don't really have any attachment to it. It's just kind of fine. It's just fine in my book. Now, Grookey, I think his name's Grookey, is gonna go in a B. I used Grookey for my first playthrough of Sword and Shield, which it was just okay. It's just an okay game. It's nothing really special about that game at all. It's just fine. Now I don't remember the name of this guy. I don't remember the name of this guy at all, which is a problem. But I'm gonna drop him in a C tier because he was fine. Again, just kind of fine. That whole game was just fine, like 6 out of 10 experience. Nothing really crazy. Nothing to write home about. Now Snivy, A tier. Snivy is a goat. Superior and Servine, or however that evolution tree goes. Really fun to use. Black and White was some great games, some absolutely amazing games. Same with Oshawott, is also going to go in A tier. Great games, absolutely amazing games. Now Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil's going to land in an S tier as well. I'm going to put Cyndaquil in the S tier along with Totodile. The 2 playthroughs I had of Soul Silver when I was a kid, way back in the day, I had a level 100 Feraligatr. I beat the game with only a Feraligatr. Reset, played through the game with Typhlosion. Not alone this time, though. But man, I love both of those Pokemon so much. Their evolution line and everything about them is great. Rowlet. My first starter in Sun and Moon. And wow, those games were very forgettable. I completely forgot they were games while making this. I'm going to put him in D tier. Did not enjoy Sun and Moon at all. Well, he wasn't that bad. I'll put him C tier. Did not play this game yet. I own it. Have not played it. Teddiursa. Kind of the same thing as Pikachu, right? It's just kind of... What game is this even from? I don't know. I'm not rating that. Trico. S tier. Torchic. My first ever Pokemon card, actually. S tier. Mudkip, S tier. All 3 of the Hoenn starters are going to go in S tier. I think Hoenn is a 10 out of 10 game. 10 out of 10 experience overall. It's probably my favorite game, favorite map, favorite gym leaders, favorite storyline, favorite legendaries, favorite starters, favorite Pokemon. Gen 3 Hoenn games are by far my favorite Pokemon games of all time. So there is definitely a bias when it comes to putting these 3 in S tier. But I don't care. I think a lot of people would agree with that all 3 of them are perfect. I think it's the perfect starter line. I think none of them wane in their ability or anything like that. I think all 3 of them are great. Turtwig is going to go in an A tier as well. I like Turtwig. Torterra was really fun. I think I used him first. It was either Empoleon or Torterra who I used first for my first Diamond and Pearl playthrough. But overall, just still amazing Pokemon. Fun games. Chimchar's also going to go in a B. I don't have that much attachment to Infernape. Infernape is cool, but he's not as cool as Blaziken, right? Blaziken is way cooler than Infernape. It's my opinion. Don't care. Cry about it. Tepig, A tier. Just overall, Black and White starters were great. As close as it can get to perfect starters, not being Hoenn. You know, just absolutely great games. Found them so entertaining. Now, Eevee from Let's Go Eevee. I haven't played that game, but I've watched it. Who did I watch? I don't remember who I watched play it. But it's kind of falls in the same range as Pikachu. Is it not that good of a Pokemon to face Brock? So I'm just going to drop it in a B tier, for being honest. I cannot remember the name of this guy. Holy shit. Okay, I used him in X and Y, though. I did do a playthrough with him. I can't remember his name. I'm going to drop him in a C tier, honestly. He wasn't that fun. The X and Y Pokemon overall, in my opinion, were... X and Y. After Gen 5, the games just kind of don't hit the same, man. Sun and Moon... I'm going to put both of these in a C tier, man. I don't like the Sun and Moon games. They're boring. Nothing memorable about them at all, except for like the battle tree, and you get to fight Red and some other characters from past games and such. But that is going to be the end of the video. I have not played these other games to be able to rate these other Pokemon. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe for more content like this, even though this was a very trashy video. Leave a comment down below if you disagree with any of my rankings. Thanks for watching. Peace.